Gonna be showcasing the heavyweight and light heavyweight division. I have a lot of created fighters who are actually in the UFC, Bellator, and Pride for Undisputed 3, featuring Pride. Not a huge fan of the new games. I have them, but just not a big fan. So I'm going to be showing the guys I have what their stats are, offensively and defensively. A little snippet of what they look like. Francis Ngannou is the strongest guy I've known in the game, so I gave him pretty high strength. His cardio ain't that good though. So Cormier is an outstanding wrestler. He's got good strength on the ground, in the clinch. Good submission defense. Daniel Cormier. Fabricio Verdum, obviously, he has decent kicks, clinch, and obviously outstanding submissions. But questionable chin. Miocic, outstanding kickboxer. Boxing primarily. Overeem, professional K1 kickboxer. Does not have that well of a chin. That's why I gave him low cardio, because his cardio affects his chin. He's actually pretty easily rocked in this game. Arlovsky, I know that he's high ranked in this game. I gave him overall of 87, but I made the prime Arlovsky. A lot of these fighters, most of them is when they were in their prime, is when I made them. So, Fedor Emelianenko. Here, hold up, I didn't show Arlovsky and what he looks like. I'll show what he looks like. That's what Arlovsky looks like, classic Andre Arlovsky. Fedor, heavy hands, good ground and pound, good in the clinch. Pretty much very well rounded everywhere. He's susceptible to ground strikes, however. Fedor is the one that, like, you know, you gotta make real good. That's what his face looks like. So, Josh Barnett. Not that very well of a stand-up fighter, but once he gets you to the ground, it's a clinic. So I gave him very good ground stats, and his stand-up stats are kind of eh. Once again, I made him in his prime, so this is when he was in Pride, transitioning from Pride and UFC. Semi Schiltz, K1 champion. Strong, good cardio, terrible speed, terrible ground game. Questionable chin, but he's so tall. I mean, he's 6'4", or 6'8". Randy Couture. Outstanding grappler. Sergey Karatanov. I'm sorry. I don't know why I was going to say Korshkov. Anyway. Good fighter. I gave him really low ground striking stats because of the fact that he got kneed terribly by Alexander Emelianenko, Igor Vochanchin. I got Alexander as well. I'll show him later. But right now I got Igor. Terrible grappling, explosive, but he got knocked out with that one head kick. So by Crow Cobb, so I put his kick defense down a little bit. He's not that good, but he's very powerful. That's how he gets most of his fights done. Ken Shamrock. I actually need to adjust him because I don't even think that he has that good a punch offense. I think his punches ain't even 75. So, but still, Ken Shamrock. Good grappling. Terrible striking. Pedro Izzo. Pretty well-rounded. Mostly just a power striker. But well-rounded nevertheless. Matt Mitrione. Good head health. Look at his defense stats. He had 90 punch defense just because he's known to take one hell of a shot. Vegeta. Once again, another strong, powerful striker with a good chin. Terrible grappling. Vegeta don't really look too much like him. I'm actually a little disappointed in that. Tim Sylvia, nothing but heavy boxing. That's all he has. Just good boxing. He's also okay at defense in the clinch, but Mark Kerr, ridiculous strength. That's it. Wrestling and ridiculous strength. Everyone knows Boss Rudin. Pretty self-explanatory. El Guapo, King Mo. Maurice Smith. Derek Lewis. Alexander Melaninko. So, those are the heavyweights. These are the light heavyweights. Volkan Ozdemir, no time. Powerful striker in the clinch, as well as on the feet with his hands. Oven St. Preux, powerful kickboxer with surprisingly well-rounded skills, as well as submissions. I put Sakuraba in there for middleweight. I know that he's not a light heavyweight, but he fights in Pride middleweight, and that's what that is. So, I mean, I guess I'll show him. He's going to be in other videos as well, but I guess I'll show Sakuraba what he looks like. But, like I said, he's going to be in one other video that I made because he's in the welterweight division as well. Musashi, he's also going to be in another weight division. He's a middleweight. Very well-rounded, probably the most well-rounded fighter in the game. Cormier, you already seen. He's a little better in this weight. I've made it, though, so. Rumble Johnson. The Mauler Gustafsson. Linton Vassal. He's a Bellator fighter. He has very good submissions, but he has a questionable chin. Luke Rockhold, another middleweight fighter. He has not fought at light heavyweight before, but he's talked about moving up to light heavyweight, so I put him in there. Ricardo Arona, another fighter I made to fight at middleweight because he fought all the legendary people, like Rampage, Vandalay, Sakuraba. He fought them all at 185, 205. Randy Couture again. Very low kick defense in this one. Jimmy Manoa. Glover, Textura. Phil Davis. AKA I ain't got no strikes. Boss Rutan once again. King Mo once again.